Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil, and today I want to share some advice that I've kind of learned over the years of Galaxy of Heroes, and that is to not invest too much in the now. As you guys know, this game is so much about the now characters, the it characters. Think of your conquest feats where you need to have the newest teams. Think about how good those characters like Malicos and Seer, and now even Afra with her Datacron back, right? All these characters have been so good in the moment, and then as time passes, you're like, oh, are they really that good? Are they really helping us that much? So I think we need to take a look at these things and kind of break down how to plan it for that future and how to build what I would consider generational wealth in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. That there's a lot of times you see accounts who are really good in the moment, and then as soon as that moment passes, they fell behind. And I think one of the best examples I can think of is in when I was doing Squad Arena. So my first Galactic Legend, as you guys know, was Sith Eternal. And I did the bare minimum investment to make that team work. Like, I remember I had to climb on Kylo Ren, so I got Armorer to Gear 8. She was 3-star at the time, too, but I got her to Gear 8, threw enough mods on her just to make her survive. Then I used, Thrawn and stuff like that. We were getting the job done, right? I did the bare minimum to make that team work. And I threw the rest of those gear, the rest of those resources, into getting Jedi Master Luke. Well, then Jedi Master Kenobi, Lord Vader were released, and my Jedi Master Luke was still cleaning everybody's clock, while those who really went hardcore in their Sith Eternals, Relic 8s, and all these high relics on these characters because they were trying to beat, Kenobi, trying to beat all these other GLs, they were struggling, and they fell behind. And my roster continued to improve and improve and improve because I wasn't investing so much in the now. Another perfect example of this was the Executor. A lot of my opponents, I should say a lot of my Fleet Shard I saw, and other players, they were investing really heavily into these things. They were going Relic 8s on these. They're, just like a bit too much, right? They're throwing a bit too much at these. And then Profundity got released. And they were behind on Profundity because they didn't relic their, they spent all their relics on Executor trying to make that fleet better than everybody else's. And then Profundity came out and it didn't matter. And the same thing's kind of happening with Leviathan now, where there's a lot of players taking their Sith Assassin to Relic 9, but it's not really stopping people from beating them. So it makes their climbs easier, but it's not keeping them from falling. So, that investment isn't always paying off. They're investing in the now and not thinking what happens when the next ship comes out and Leviathan's, trash again. So investing in the now is important at times, but it's knowing when to invest in the now and when to invest more so in the future. So one of the examples to think of for all of you right now is the Lightspeed bundles, where you got Rey and you got Kylo. Investing for the now is, hey, let's grab those things while I have them, right? That's investing in the now, that right now in your roster, you're ready to do that. They're kind of the hot things right now because they just released these packs. You want to take advantage of them. That's a smart decision. Going in and saying, hey, I'm going to go grab, what would be the example here? Going in and spending all these resources to get Paz Vizsla, IG-12 and Grogu, Kelleran back to then try and get Bo-Katan Mandalore. Could be a very good decision. But in that time of investing those resources, could you put them in and get a Jedi Knight Cal? Could you get Afra? Could you start a Galactic Legend? That might be a smarter decision because you got to balance that, hey, spending the resources now, what does it give you in a few months' time? So we're going to explore that in the video. Sorry for the longer intro, but I do think it's important. So let's first thank the channel members so much, whether they're on the council, even if they're not yet granted the rank of Master, or into our Wampa and Jedi Master tiers. Thank you guys so much for all of your continued support. I hope the content I'm providing is worth it to you. So, right now for me, I'm kind of in this big, I guess I was going to go to the journey guide for it, but I've got to farm Cal or I've got to farm Afra. Those are the two things I've left to farm in Galaxy of Heroes. So when I look at my progress towards them, I'm really not that far from Afra, not as far as it looks, because all of them are accelerated. And there's 2 Cantina farms, so it wouldn't take me long to get Hondo, it wouldn't take me long to get Sana. In fact, the time it would take me to farm these 2 characters is the time it would take me to farm Cal Kestis. So that's kind of right there, you're like, wow, that's actually really easy. And then you think I have one more hard node who's accelerated compared to 3 of them that I need to do for Cal Ripken Sr. So a lot of work to do, and I'm kind of sort of all over with these Rex where like Seer's almost done, Tarful saw kind of lower stars. Cal at least has some gear, right? Marin is done. Like it's a weird situation. I'm kind of all over the place. So for me, I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, I could get Afra faster, and her requirements, 3 of them I can use right away. I can throw Hondo in a good Dash Rendar team. Trip Zero, BT1, they're going in with Dr. Afra in her team. So I feel like I can feel really good about that and say, yeah, you know what? Solid options right there. Those are all things that I can use, almost immediately. Sana would need a little bit of work. I don't have Stormtrooper Han. I don't have Cardude. And then I look at the Jedi Knight Cal Kestis requirements, and again, there's 3 of them I can use right now in Marin, Cal Kestis, and Seer, where, I'd build them up and I could use their teams. Saw and Tarful, just not quite there yet. There's some more investment, especially because I think Saw is kind of more of a meh character. So, again, just thinking out loud here, guys. But I just unlocked this freaking guy. And I have to add Malicos into the situation here, that he takes Seer and Cal to a whole different level. That unaligned Force user team is very good. Even without their Datacron, I feel that will be a very solid team. I think they're a team that really will elevate my account to a level that I think Dr. Afra doesn't quite reach without her Datacron. When you take away the Datacrons and Malicos, take them away from Afra, I think this team could be a little bit better, particularly for how good it was pre-Malicos even. So I really like this team. And I think I need to just, as I thought about it a lot, and I was like, man, what all do I get? I think my decision is made that I'm going to build this team. So, obviously, Kylo Ren Unmasked is done. Thank you, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. But I've got a lot of work to do here. So, my thought process is a Relic 7 on Seer, Relic 7 here, 5, 5, and then obviously take Jedi Knight Cal Kestis to Relic 7 when he does get unlocked. How does this get into building generational wealth for Galaxy of Heroes? The thought here is that by getting this team, by getting Malicos, I've got a really, really good unaligned Force user team that I can use, whether it's 3v3, 5v5, I've got a lot of options there. I've got another team I can use in Conquest and, territory battles depending on the nodes, but the bigger thing is getting Jedi Knight Cal. Cal is a character for the future, in my opinion, not only for the rewards you can sometimes earn in territory battles, but I think he's a character that is elevating those Jedi. He's allowing you to, hey, I can go put Jedi Knight Luke, Jedi Knight Revan, Jedi Knight Master Luke in operations, and I still have a really solid Jedi lead for territory battles. So I really think that Cal's a character who is going to revolutionize a lot of guilds' abilities to get further and further in Rise of the Empire territory battles because of his leadership even without Omicrons. So with that said, I kind of weighed all those options, and you can see that the thought process is that I just think Afra's peak is, I think her peak is probably a little bit higher in terms of the Galactic Legends she's beating are, with her Datacron, are insane. Like the bonus turn 1, it's such a good Datacron, but by the time I get her and by the time I get Cal, the Datacron for Malicos will be gone probably. By the time I really get this team fully up and running, I might get, his Datacron. I don't even have his Datacron, so. And for Afra, by the time I would end up unlocking her, that Datacron would mostly be expired. So I'm not going to get a ton of benefit out of that. So I can't weigh the Datacron into the equation. So when I take that Datacron out, I think Jedi Knight Cal makes significantly more sense because he's going to be something I can build for the future. And then with Afra, the way I look at that is they're accelerated. So as soon as I get done with Cal, I've done my relics, hey, I'm going to move into Afra, wrap her up as long as there's nothing for Bo-Katan Mandalore. But Afra's kind of something I can put in the back burner a little bit that I just feel is, you think of how she performs in Grand Arena. She's an offensive character because on defense, she has a hard counter in Commander Luke Skywalker. Now, you do need Han and Chewie for that, which for a lot of you, you know that the Toxic Leia comp kind of stealing Han and Chewie right now. But the other thing with Dr. Afra is she's not gaining, it's all turn meter based. So you throw General Hux against her and bad things happen. So you can use a General Hux First Order team and you can mow down Afra at the start of battle because there's no taunting tanks in her team as well. So that's another aspect to the Afra team that I think is primarily offensive. And when I looked at all the, benefits and things, I decided on unaligned Force users. And to solidify that, you guys are going to get to watch me do this. I can't, we've got 3v3 GAC going on right now. This guy's playing a big role in beating Leia. So you guys get to watch me go ahead, and we're going to take Malicos here and just pray I have all the gear I need. There we go. You guys are welcome. I've told you guys I've been trying to do this stuff more and more, at least in a video. So we're going to take Malicos all the way up here. Just get it done. Oh, gosh. This is hurting. You know what? But it's important. I think this is the kind of stuff that's going to, these are the characters, in my opinion, that my account is missing out on right now. These are the characters that I need to start taking seriously and, moving into that next level of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So, again, we're just, wow. Whoa. Keep going up and up and up here. Relic 5. We're not stopping at Relic 5. He deserves that Relic 7. Can't believe I'm doing Relic 7s like this now. I never would have imagined that my account would be here. So now, there is Relic 7. Oh my gosh, that is brutal. That one hurts. So, yeah, guys, there is Relic 7 on Malicos. We will be doing his abilities as well. We got to make sure we get all that stuff done. And then I will mod him, and then I will end the video there. So there's one. Yes, I do need that. Okay. Oh gosh, this is just insane. Yes, okay, just do that. Yeah, I just need to get all his Omicrons. I'm not even gonna mess around here. You guys get to, I hope you guys are enjoying right? It's only 3 Omicrons? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just spent so many resources. So many resources. Goodness gracious. Okay, oh, just an Omega there. Oh, thank goodness. All right. And then, finally, on to modding here. That's a lot of characters. Yikes. Okay. Well, let's slice this up. Oh, of course it goes to health. Darn it. I mean, that's fine. It's not as fast as I would want, but it's fine. And then that's like the best offense arrow I can muster right now. And of course it rolls crit chance. Like, what a useless. All right, well, there you guys go. So that's Malicos. Definitely needs a lot more speed right now, but I think that's about as good as I can do. I'll have to look and see. I don't know if I do it. Can he? Yeah. I think I am going to keep the critical damage on here with this for now. We'll kind of wait and see. Maybe I move this to offense, but right now, those are the mods. Again, guys, that's the end of the video. Like, subscribe, comment. I love all you. May the force be with you, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.